Okay. I'm live now. Cool. That was odd. It wasn't giving me a preview. I guess it's because I was late. It seemed to believe that I should just get started. Okay, so if I just want to see the chat here on my tablet, is there a way to do that? Guess I can just view the stream here, so I know basically what it looks like. I'll put my tablet in a. I'm hearing a little bit of an echo. I don't know why I'm hearing an echo. Well, anyway, hi Valerie. So this is my new synthesizer that I bought. Why am I still hearing myself? Oh, we got a subscriber. We got a subscriber. Where's the sound? Okay, so... All right, hey, are we back? I think we're back. Can you guys hear me? And can you hear the synthesizer, more importantly? Then can you hear me? I know there's like one of you still watching. This is outside of taking the stream down for a second. A lot of people fucking bail. That's fine. Okay, so Deep Princess. Strong reverb and echo, yeah. I mean, not on my voice. Ideally, there shouldn't be any reverb on my voice. Are you getting an echo on my voice? You're getting reverb on things I'm saying. Just to clarify. Because this should actually just be... But the synthesizer... Yeah, okay. Here, let me see. Yeah, whatever that reverb is, it's not on purpose. Let's see if it's still there. Yeah, I'm getting feedback somewhere. Okay, is that any better? Let's see if it fixes it. I gotta wait until it loops back. Hey, I think we're better. Okay. So mistakes were made. Mistakes were fixed. All right. But then that does have an echo on it, but just not a like space echo. All right, it only took me 26 minutes to get things straightened out. I know what I did wrong. I just have to make sure I don't do it again by accident. Okay, so anyway, yeah, this is this lovely view of my new synthesizer that someone was selling on OfferUp, and it was for a really good price, so I splurged a little bit. Decided to treat myself, especially while I've got a lot of time indoors. So this is the DeepMind 12. It is an analog synthesizer, but it is digitally controlled oscillators, which isn't full analog for the this is it. Looks like my frame rate's kind of crap, but I think we're just going to have to deal with it. Alright, I'm recording this in Ableton also. Just to have some backups. I don't know. So welcome everyone. Welcome to me dicking around with my synthesizer. And if you guys have any questions or you want to talk about anything, just go ahead and say so in the chat. And I will be watching the chat, so we can look at that. If there's anything you guys want to talk about. Otherwise, let the noodling commence. So I wish that the screen here wasn't kind of totally obscured from where you guys are, because it explains a little bit about what's going on, but it is completely overexposed. Show you some hot nudes. I don't know about that. You're getting naked hands, just these beautiful naked hands. Man, this stream quality's really shit. OBS says we're getting 18 frames per second. That is the downside of using the computer that I'm using for this, but I didn't want to have to figure out how to route all of this properly on the other computer, so I didn't do that. And we're just going to deal with the kind of choppy video, I think. I wish I could do better, but feet pics of the upper body. You can almost see my feet. I will tease you a bit and say that I am barefoot right now, but the name of this patch is Merry Time. Yeah, so this synthesizer has 12 digitally controlled oscillators. I think they each have two voices. I want to say there's a triangle and a square, and then you've got your oscillator 2. There's a lot of. I haven't actually gotten deep into the programming yet. I've mostly just been playing with it. But it's got a lot going on. I will say that it's not a fully analog signal path with the effects that are included. It would be if I bypassed the effects, but it's not quite as much fun. Like the reverb and stuff on there. Like we've got 3-tap delay, auto pan, dual pitch, and rich plate reverb that are on that right now. So these are the factory. The factory, some of these are so damn noisy. No wonder I gave myself a headache the other night. Some of those high frequencies are pretty brutal. And we'll go back to a preset that isn't quite as busy. All right. Smooth Bass is the name of this one. Oh, that reminds me. I gotta text the link for this to a friend of mine. Sorry. Stand by. See, because you guys are actually the first ones other than me to hear this thing, because it doesn't have any built-in speakers, and I don't have a setup that is perfectly set up for actually playing this for anybody. Like I have speakers, but I would have to, they're like behind things, and I, I'm lazy apparently. And so I haven't really been able to share this with any of my friends yet. There have been 0 Instagram videos of this thing. Headphone cable behind me. Ooh. Might need to tighten up the wood panel on the side. See, that one's fine. They give you this, like, the mod wheel over here on the side is like way over the top, but you can kind of dial in where this isn't very useful. And that's, not super useful. You can get in there a little bit. Not much of a piano player. I did have to learn in school once upon a time. So what I know is kind of limited. Or at least in my technique. So the question is, what made me decide to podcast in general? And mostly, you know, I have a background in film, and you know, so I had a passion for entertainment, and for years I was making online entertainment that no one was seeing. And it was right around the time that somebody had turned me on to Night Vale that I went, oh, this is something I can do, and clearly there's a market for it. So that's what made me decide to podcast. And I think that I had a similar inclination to a lot of people doing the sort of audio fiction sci-fi, which is that doing, you know, like, even just making one spaceship set is so expensive. I keep trying to play chords with this one, but it's you can see it's using up 6 voices at once, so I can only do 2 notes maximum for the 12 voices. Yeah, I can't say that I was much of a podcast listener before then, but you know, once I found out that people were doing this, and yeah, it was you know, once I knew that this was possible and that people actually gave a damn about it, it made it a lot easier to try to make this the thing. And I think I caught a lot of this stuff at just the right time. You should go to thebestwebseriesEver.com to see something I tried to get started when I was probably about 23. I've got some other writing projects. Welcome to ZA.com is an interesting blog that's supposed to be blogging from the zombie apocalypse. It was I actually started that one in college. So that was that one was a while back, but we also we redid it. At one point we went, oh, let's try this again. Yeah, it was difficult though, trying to collaborate with the other person on the team. This one's called Clusterpad RD. Yeah. It's seriously just oh, hold on. that comment disappear? I see it on the screen, but I don't see it in the chat. But yeah, welcome to ZA.com. Just type that in. It's like welcome to Arizona, but welcome to ZA. And yeah, that was before Night Vale. Welcome to Night Vale was a thing. So, you know, they didn't invent that naming convention, and neither did I. So yeah, that project had a lot of promise. It just didn't really go anywhere, and it was mostly just because my girlfriend at the time, who was my writing partner, had some difficulty keeping up with the project, or you know, dealing with my notion of where the story should go. But anyway, so it's not very long, unfortunately. But you know, I'd say that Kakos Industries was probably the first thing that I really just actually stuck with. So there's a lot of these that are pretty wild. So we're at C91. We're going to get through C128. Yeah, young Conrad was super baby-faced. Yeah, that is a benefit in life for sure, looking younger than you are. Maybe not at that point in my life, but that's because I looked so young. But you know, hopefully I don't look as 30 years old as I am for another couple weeks before I'll be 31. Yeah, once we get through all of these C ones, I'll get back to the ones that are a bit more Juno synth-inspired, because I just think they sound phenomenal. Some of these are pretty much just sound effects. Like this is like just a sound bed. This one's called Blotter Pad. It's 420, blaze it. See what's going on with the mod in this one. Okay, so it's got an LFO set to the VCF frequency, the mod wheel also to VCF frequency. So it's the cutoff frequency. The mod wheel also increases the attack, which is why it fades in, and the noise level, which is why you get that fuzz, and FX1 mix. Let's see what FX1 is. That's the reverb. AirPad. That one's fun for, like, sound effects, but I don't know if that's all that interesting of a, like, musically. Neat. So this one's got a sequencer applied to it. Keeps playing without me. That frame rate does not look like even 14 frames per second. It looks like 1 frame per second. That's pretty trash. That is the downside of this computer right now, unfortunately. That's okay. I'm going to get a new one for my birthday. And I will be sure to abuse it, as I do everything. I'm going to share this link with the Neverrad team in case they want to hear the synthesizer. just real quick. And I'm sure there was something that I was supposed to read that I just missed. Because someone had notified me. I don't know. Anyway. Well, if you fell asleep, you're awake now. Swirl. Hold and Swirl is the name of this one. Got tired of it. What the heck? See, this has that kind of almost like lo-fi kind of. Oh, that goes pretty crazy though. That one must have a lot of reverb on it. Chamber reverb, 100%. So close, hold on. Fuck yeah. Just from ear on that one. I'm pretty sure that's pretty close. You'll have to let me know. Unfortunately, I'm not as educated on music as I'd like to be. I mean, I know a lot. But I have friends who know everything, and then it's embarrassing to be around them. Is the chamber reverb used in Prince's Let's Go Crazy? Probably. I have no idea what they used for that. Yeah. It's all the chamber reverb. And there's some feedback. So it looks like your sound is going into number 3, which would be the chorus, which then goes into the reverb, which then goes out, but it also goes back to number 1, which is a delay, which goes into number 2, which is a dual pitch. I'm not sure what the dual pitch does yet. And then that goes back into the reverb, so it's doubling up on reverb. That's a good technique. Get that extra feedback. I'm the friend that knows all the music things. Yeah, well. Then don't hang out with musicologists and people who are composition majors and composition masters and people who teach music at the university level. And this one's got a really soothing sound. I kind of like it down in the low end. I'm going to let it clean up a second. I really like that one. I like that patch a lot. There's a little bit of zippering in there, and I think, I don't know if that's just where the individual resonances are. Or if that's just the nature of having the 7-bit environment that MIDI was constructed in. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Yeah, so the way it kind of takes off after I let go, that's because of the feedback loop. So it kind of picks up again and then fades out. I like that one a lot. I'll have to remember that. C105. And then now we're into dancier territory. Let's see, can I turn on the arpeggiator for this? And this stuff's like just really usable. It's moody as hell. This is C107 Bliss Pad. I like that one too. I think that one sounds good. Let's see. You've got ambverb. I don't know what that means exactly. It's one of the reverbs, but I don't know which one it is. We've got chorus D, delay, and hall reverb. Kind of a reverb junkie, you know. I like I like reverb. I like the way it sounds. I like what it does to otherwise boring stuff. This one's called New Life. Nope, don't like that. Don't love it. This one's monophonic. So it won't play more than one note at a time. Couldn't resist going minor there. I love those really deep growls in the reverb. Makes you think there's like just something down there. Doesn't matter where, just down there. There's something down there. Way down there. Feels good. Nah, that one's too low. This one's real busy. Whew, sorry everybody. It's blowing out the cobwebs. Oh man, that's so bad. That's so bad. Moving on. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah, so you can see this this whole section over here that's lighting up right now. That means it's using all 12 voices for a single note. Sounds good. Actually, I didn't see how wild this one gets. Hold on. Oh well. This is like when you're at the goth bar and they're playing something slightly up-tempo. Oh, I kind of like that. I kind of like the muddiness of that. I think it sounds pretty good. This is when everybody starts doing their like flowy dancing. Shouldn't make fun of goth bars. Whew. Yikes. Yo. This is Voodoo Lead. Nature pad. Sounds pretty good. I'm going to guess that the, or is it mod wheel? Yeah, VCF frequency maxed out. That's one of the things they keep doing. Where it just opens that wide open with some of those frequencies that are just going to kill your ears. guys got any more questions, you can hit me with them. What is time? So that's interesting. That's actually using the release velocity. So the quicker you let go of it, the more it rings out. But if you hold it, so that's basically what time is. I feel like there's already a zombie apocalypse audio drama that's taken off a little bit. You know, I don't have my writing partner on that particular project anymore. You know, so I'm not sure. Out of respect. I mean, I suppose if I just dropped all of her character. Also, the thing about zombie apocalypse blogs, you know, is that by the most like charitable scientific versions of zombies, if the zombie apocalypse was in 2012 or 2011, whenever I revised that blog the first time, or revised it, you know, that by now. In 2020, all the zombies would be dead and rotted and dusted away. You know, unless you give them like really magical powers. See, do I believe in life after love? Ask me in another year or so. Yikes. I'm basically sitting on the armrest of another chair here. Allow me to adjust a little bit. And we're out of the C's. Now we're back into D. So now this is the H bank, which I think was some Juno type stuff that the guy I bought this from had already had loaded on here. But I think it sounds really good. Gives you that kind of that vintagey kind of vibe. Like Carl Sagan might start talking at any minute about the cosmos. That's, a really heartwarming take on humanity and our place in space and how we're going to overcome all of our obstacles and colonize Mars. Just talk about how we're made of star stuff. And then I start crying. Like I did in the Cosmos panel at San Diego Comic-Con in, 2015, 2016. We are made of star stuff. And that's just the first patch. That one's pretty wimpy. But with the arpeggiator, what's the chord for the Stranger Things opening? Don't cry. You shine brightly, AF. I kind of wish this video wasn't dog shit, because I think I've been pretty entertaining this time. Is there life on Mars? Well, it's entirely possible, primarily because our Mars rovers could not have been completely sterile when we sent them. Yep, there's another. I don't know. Maybe you're just you're editing your your messages. Well, there's no time like the present, and by the present I mean the quarantine, to dive in on some Stranger Things. I don't think I heard about the bacteria we left behind on the moon. Is it chilling there? Some Star Trek shit right there. So this one's going through the chorus and the flanger. No reverb. And that might be why it sounds just a little bit thin. Let's see. Vintage reverb. Max it out. Trying to think of like what are those hopeful chords? Like I feel like so you got like the suspended fourth. See if I could hit the right. So followed by like a suspended second. Picard. Always Picard. It's always been Picard. It's got gated reverb on it. Let's see if I can turn it up. Say it's okay to be wrong and say Kirk. It's Picard, man. But, and I know this is a little bit contentious, I think it might be DS9 over Next Gen. Just putting that out there. I'm not sure, you know, when it comes to like Latin rhythms, I can whip those out, but this is you know, in terms of like Latin chord progressions, I do you know, once in a while I will look up and make sure I know you know, like standard bossa nova chords or mambo chords or whatever, but sounds like I'm distorting just a little bit. So he auditioned with a toupee. That's funny. The video that I'm watching right now is like so fucking frozen. Yeah, it's about 3 seconds per frame right now, what I'm seeing. I don't know if it's as rough for you guys, but anyway. That soft pad is so soft I can't hear it. If I was playing Time Bandits, I missed it. I'm just fucking around, and I keep falling into these, like, very specific habits. So, like, you know, if I'm tired of always playing in C or G, playing B flat. Supposed to be messy, okay? This one is deep bass. It might be too deep for my headphones to play back. Okay, how do I... So key sync on octave. We want 1. We want up and down. Got that random arpeggiator. Nice. Sounds good. It's all the notes. Let's get out of that. Juno bass 1. It's got a little too much top end, or... This one's called Synth Piano. I'm not hearing it. I don't know. There's like a dance song in there somewhere. How you guys doing? What's going on? How you feeling? Where are we at? I think that's the Leopold theme. I don't know. Did the stream just turn to shit? How's the audio at least? The video can look like crap. I don't care. Am I having fun? This isn't about fun. This is about very serious synthesizer matters. Oh, you're still on the Leopold stuff. Okay. I see where we're at. I feel like the latency on the stream just gets worse and worse as we go along. What are my opinions on monarchy? I'm agin it. Okay, edgelord. I don't know what I said. I've already forgotten. I think that's pretty close. Vid is shit, sound is great. Cool, I'm fine with it. It's the best we're getting today. Next month, this should be better. Opinions on Homestuck. All right, well, hold on. Let me stop what I'm doing for a second, okay? Let me just stop what I'm doing. I read a bunch of it back when I had a desk job, and I thought it was okay. I had some friends who were really into it, and I liked being able to talk to them about it. But once I didn't have the desk job anymore, and I stopped talking to those people as much, I kind of didn't care as much. There is an awful lot of it. I did get to meet Andrew Hussey once. He was a very cool guy. He came to the Phoenix Comic-Con back before it was called Fan Fusion. And right now it's called Indefinitely Postponed, which I think we can all relate to. Just want you guys to know that this video has 0 likes at the moment. So the mead did turn out. It's done. I think it needs some time to age. It's very dry. It has a very light and delicate flavor, but it's very alcohol forward, so it needs some time to either mellow. I left a bottle kind of just open to the air for a little while. It might be just a little harsh. But thank you again for the bottles. It just, I think it just needs some time. Juno Percussive. So Homestuck is a and someone's probably going to tell you in the comments before the latency actually catches up with this, so I can say it. But it's a web comic, and it's pretty wild and weird, and it's creates this very bizarre universe, and there's a lot of very technical jokes, which I think a lot of people really liked. You know, there's a whole thing at the beginning about sorting algorithms and how information is stored. And that has to do with how the characters can manage their inventory. So if they have the wrong inventory, then they have to take everything out to get the thing they're looking for and then put it all back in the right order. But it's, you know, about kids who are stuck in their houses, and then they meet demons that are kind of, or not, are they demons or something like that. There are some things that people really liked about it that I found strange. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but anyway. Oh, it has 7 likes. Maybe I need to refresh. Excuse me. I actually don't know how to refresh under the circumstances. Oh well. Well, anyway, all the meat is bottled. It's just it's probably gonna just take a little while to chill out. It's gotta mature. Not quite. There we go. I made it. Phased sequence. So it's probably got some sort of, yeah, it's got a phaser on it. If you guys don't know much about sound stuff, the part where it's going way, that's the sound going in and out of phase. So it's creating essentially copies of the sound and mixing them together in and out of phase. So if you imagine like a sine wave and then a sine wave slightly delayed on top of it. So it's the same frequency, but the way that they interact generates some other harmonics that kind of sweep in and out. Phasers were actually in effect before chorus and delay because they didn't have digital technology, and the bucket brigade chips that give you the delays of like analog delays. They didn't have those yet, but what they did know is that if they ran a signal through an op amp, which is a type of chip, it's really more of a circuit, but the circuit is printed into a chip, and it's a way of either buffering your signal or giving it gain. I guess you can also probably attenuate it. But the signal that comes out is out of phase. So if you mix that in with the signal from before, you can create that phaser effect. So that was in the early days of guitar effects and studio effects. They get a similar effect from doing a flange. And flange is, I believe, it's the basically what the tape reel sits on. So if you apply a little bit of pressure to that off and on, you can kind of slow it down and speed it up. And if you're playing two versions of the sound, yeah, phaser settings are stun and kill. That's right. Thanks, Elizabeth. Welcome to the chat. She was Doglore, something like that. What was your what's your Twitch? If you want the people to know who you are. But I like the idea that flanging is just you basically are putting pressure on the flange so that it it slows down. And when you have two of them that are where one of them's playing at a constant speed and one of them's slowing down and speeding up, it gives you this kind of swirling effect. It sounds really good on cymbals. I'm sure if I go in here, I can, let's see. Yeah, let's go to phaser, but we don't want phaser, we want flanger. And for the mix, well, we probably want to leave it 50% actually, so that it's maximum effect. Here's the Miami Vice pad is the name of this one. I don't know what makes this a Miami Vice pad. I don't think I've ever actually watched any Miami Vice. It's giving me some Vangelis kind of vibes. Like if Angelo Badalamente's... No, wait, hold on. I'm combining things. I'm mixing things up. That's all right. It's giving me a separately a Vangelis vibe and a Twin Peaks vibe. Just get a baritone guitar in here. Oh yeah, that's fucking weird. Elizabeth, what's your favorite chord? Trying to remember how to play blues here. Yeah. Whatever your do not like is, it's come to me far too late, and I've already forgotten what I did. I don't actually know what a split member chord is. You'll have to explain that a little bit. Also, I think you might be slightly behind everyone else, even. Unless I'm just living, 35 seconds in the past here. Knock my whole setup over. If I can just recline slightly, give my lower back a break. I don't think I'll ever get the blues out of this. Come on now. Have you considered that maybe 75% of people just have dirty minds? Oh, major and minor chord together. There are your two chords. Oh, that split member. Yeah, you guys are in the future. Maybe we've all been dead for centuries. That's like the blues on Good Eats. Yeah, thanks. 100% of people are dirty-minded. Musicians just capitalized on it. Try to make sexier music here for all of the dirty minds out there. The sexiest chord. Oh, is that your mixed split chord? Crank up the portamento. It still feels flat for some reason. No, I guess it's right. Alton Brown is pretty great. You have a tattoo of Alton Brown? I kind of love how out of tune that sounds. Is this every character in Animal Crossing? Or maybe I'm thinking like Banjo-Kazooie. But instead of the synthesizer sound, imagining it being whatever sort of like vocalization they use. How do I feel about woodworking, either in the sexy way or the arts and crafts way? I think it's very cool in the arts and crafts way. I don't know anything about woodworking. I wouldn't mind knowing more about that. It seems like people can make some really badass stuff. It also seems to be a very expensive hobby. I was looking into building some speakers, and some of the wood that could be the cabinets of the speakers can be like, you know, hundreds of dollars. Alton Brown tattoos, huh? I like Alton Brown. Don't know. Well, I don't have any tattoos, so it's fairly clear that I don't get tattoos personally. They're great for other people, though. Just, it sounds like a video game character speech, like when the text is just dotting along. Yeah, the latency on this is pretty out there. I'm not even sure how to speak to it necessarily, but like what I see on screen right now is I need to get him inked on me somewhere. Actually, I guess that was the last thing said, so... So this is like a way drier synth sound. Yeah, it's got just a little bit of chorus on it. So, if I... You should all get a Kakos tattoo. It's very hard for me to encourage people to get tattoos of Kakos Industries on account of I don't have tattoos, which makes me think I don't understand them. Please don't pressure you at all. You'll immediately cave to getting a Kakos tattoo, huh? You guys don't have to. You know. I don't actually know of anybody with a Kakos tattoo. This is how I feel about talking about tattoos right now. Oh dear. Back to the horror chords or the mystery chords for people getting tattoos. just don't need that on my conscience. And this one's got some John Carpenter vibe to it. If I can get my rhythm right between my hands. I have been at this for like 2 hours. Oh man, if I remembered how to play the Beverly Hills Cop. Nailed it. Fucking nailed it. Man, it really is like 3 minutes, huh? Is that the lag? Like, is it really 3 minutes? Whew. That's pretty gnarly. OBS says it's putting out over 3 megabytes per second. I mean, this is only 720p to start with, so that's one of the reasons it doesn't look stellar. What if you get a Kakos Industries tattoo, and then I turn out to be like a total dirtbag? I think with the tattoo stuff, it's just that I don't really trust, like, I don't want anybody else's like handwriting on me. and then like just you know, that I would have to like look at it in the mirror, assuming it's on, you know, the front side of me, but you know, and then every little thing wrong with it, I would just have to like stare at that and think about that way too much. So, you know. And you know, it's I guess flattering in a sense to have somebody, you know, get that kind of ink on their body, something that's relatively permanent of something I made, but it is a little bit like, oh boy, you gotta sure make good on the fact that you put that on your body. That gives me some pressure to not fuck up. I don't know. Like, you guys know that there's no like discount, right? Like, if you get a Kakos Industries tattoo, there's no discount. Like, it's already free. Oh man, it's at least 2 minutes. That delay is at least 2 minutes. That is. I wonder if YouTube's getting slammed or if it really is something on my end that's just. You know what, guys? I think I might be kind of synthed out here. I think I might be just a little fatigued from this. So I'm gonna let the chat catch up here. It's not like video games where I can sit here for like 7 hours or whatever. It's something else entirely where I feel drained and fatigued. I do want to play some more Death Stranding soon. Free Dark Mega Tacos on Tuesday if you have the tattoo. I'm pretty sure I avoided putting any references to having tattoos or having a Kakos tattoo at the very least into the podcast. I'm thinking maybe once, because I'm not sure I'm ready for the writer cred, but also the just the pressure and the concern of having somebody ink themselves in the name of something I've done. $25% discount for getting the tattoo. Yeah. I mean, I saw that there was a brewery in Brixton, although I don't think it was actually a British brewery, but it was when I was visiting London. And it was like, yeah, depending on the size of the tattoo, you got a different amount of discount. It's like, man, you gotta really love that brewery. And you gotta be really confident they're gonna stick around. Oh man, free coffee for life with a branded tat. I don't know. There's something very weird about a logo on a body, like especially, somebody putting their logo on your body. Like, I feel like for tattoo people, like people who are into tattoos, it's like, it's the same as anything. It's the same as putting anything on your body, you know, but for me, it's like, I don't know. It has this like this connotation of almost like branding, like literal branding, like with a hot piece of metal. Now my screen was frozen on my hand, seemingly between my legs, so that was good. I don't remember what I was doing there, but oh man, the delay on this is pretty fucking serious, guys. I wonder if I disable the video, but I don't know what I would replace it with. But then again, I don't know why the stream would speed up. Like, it's behind for seemingly no reason. I mean, sure, the tattoo could pay for itself if you get enough coffee, but having to get a tattoo to get coffee, there's something weird about it. I don't know. Well, so what I'll say is that when you guys actually hear me say these words, we should start saying our goodbyes, and then I might have 2 to 3 minutes of rambling beyond that. You've listened to the podcast at least 75 times. G Princess, I think that you probably know the podcast better than I do at this point. Could you write the wiki? if you could write a wiki for me, so I can refer back to all of the details. There's a whole branding marketing kink. Yeah, I don't doubt that. But there's a part of me that would feel very uncomfortable for somebody expressing themselves with a logo of mine in that way, where it's like a kink thing or a branding kink. I mean, it would be, you know, certainly their decision. It's not up to me, but it would be that if I saw it, I'd be like, you know, and I knew that it was in a context like that, not just like, oh, this is something that's important to me, but you know, I don't know. I don't want to get into you know, just how boring my I actually am when it comes to sexuality and things of that nature, but I just I guess I always have this fear that like any relationship, whether it be with a person or with an idea or with a you know, a company or something, is going to turn sour, and there's just then something kind of awkward about having that kind of that labeling, even if, you know, if it's like, you know, if it's like, I don't know. There's just something a little bit weird about that for me. Okay, I think you guys caught up to my good night, so I'll let you finish listening to all of this. Yeah, it is good to have professionals doing the the tattooing or the piercing or whatever. I don't imagine that I will ever get one unless there's some sort of experience that I go through with a group of people where it's like we're all commemorating this experience, and it'll be like, okay, maybe, depending on the sort of thing. Like I don't want to sit here and talk about what tattoos I wouldn't get, because I feel like that's really judgmental about tattoos that people might have, and I don't want to be rude. People should get whatever on their bodies that they feel comfortable with, or that they like, Are you actually working on on the wiki? That would be something. Oh man, I don't know how the latency got so bad on this. I feel bad. I gotta be really nice to my computer after it doing this. And hopefully the next computer will just sail through this stuff like a champion, because I do like doing it. I do like being able to be live and stuff like that. And I just I just know that you guys probably care an awful lot more about me getting the show done. And if I melt my computer live streaming, that would be an issue. I don't know. I'm not going to bed. So, if you guys are in the Discord or whatever, we can keep talking, keep chatting. I just got to stop sitting on the armrest of my chair here. And I am creatively spent. Gonna get a hip tang banana tattoo. Fuck yeah. that I'm cool with. God, it's so dumb. That would be the dumbest. But I mean, that's kind of what people like, right? Like a lot of people really like dumb tattoos. That's like the thing, right?